Good morning, everyone. This is Skip Farr from Hard Dollar Corporation. The session I'd like to talk about is what we call pay requests and approvals. Essentially, what it is just a simple little form to let you know how much you've earned. Of course, that how much you've earned comes from the job tracking register, which says how much percent complete you are. So I just want to look at a few forms that sets up the information to calculate what we're going to call the pay request. So this particular job, I'm going to first go to what we call the pay item and proposal register. Now I entered in cost items against a pay item that's called unclassified X. So I'm going to open up its record, and I clicked on this little earnings rules. So these are the cost items assigned to this respective pay item, my unclassified X. Notice here there's a earnings percent. In other words, by default, we take the cost contribution of the subordinates to the superior, in other words, whatever these costs are to the superior, and come up with a percent complete. So that if this excavation 3.1 was 100% complete, it would apply 100% of 65% of the amount. So, having said that, when we go now to the job tracking register, I entered in information, quantities against my 3.1, and I'm at 10.6% complete. So essentially 10% times my 65% determines how much revenue I've earned. So when we go to the pay requests and approvals register, it's very simple now. So here's my pay item, all kinds of information here. I'm going to scroll over to the right where you can see that, oh, quantity complete of my 50,000, I've actually have earned 3,481, which is that percent complete of the quantity, so we can calculate what you've earned. Remember, that was at 10.6% of the 65% of my 50,000 gave me this, which is a percent of the 50,000. So all I do now is go to Tools, accept all quantity completed to date, which gives me the revenue that I've earned. So you now at least have backup information that you can use to go to the owner and say, based on my job, based on my quantities I've got done, based on the contract, this is how much I've earned. So that's really all this is about. You can print this register, create your own views if you want. Now what happens now the next month comes along? Notice that now this is my earned revenue to date. Have you billed it? Well, I can come in here and say update all billed to date with current amount. So I billed it. Now if I go back in next month, I do some more work, I get more quantities completed, we would say update all quantities complete to date, would give you a new value here, which gives you the current unbilled amount. So you can keep track of what has been billed and what potentially can be built within the system. In addition to that, we have this pay approvals. These are for your subcontractors. So essentially in the job tracking register, if you enter in a percent complete against your subcontract costs, then of course we know how much percent you've earned, and we will tell you what they have earned. So what you could then pay them based on the contract. So this would be part of your job tracking register. If I were to open up one of my subcontracts or one of my subcontract cost items and add an expense to my subcontractor, then that's what this approval is all about. But essentially, it's a simple way to keep track of what you've earned. If you use the job tracking, this is almost a gimme. There is not a whole lot to have to do here. Just look at the results. So again, this gives you a good backup for going to the owner to discuss what you have earned and what you expect for payment. Thank you for your attention. That's all I want to say on this. Goodbye now.